大谷翔平、驚異の復活劇、睡眠不足を乗り越え猛打炸裂。日本時間4月28日、米現地27日、MLB ロサンゼルス、ドジャース対ピッツバーグ、パイレーツの試合がドジャースタジアムで開催された。この日の主役はやはり大谷翔平だった。試合前の分析番組でデーブ・ロバーツ監督や解説者たちは、チーム打線のエネルギッシュな攻撃力を絶賛。中でも、10日間にわたり長打が出ずに苦しんでいた大谷の復調に大きな期待を寄せていた。試合が始まると、大谷は期待に応えるように圧巻のパフォーマンスを披露。鋭いスイングから2本の二塁打と1本の三塁打を次々と放ち、完全復活をアピールした。さらに、関係者からは、子供が生まれたばかりで睡眠のリズムが崩れていた影響があったが、ようやく調子を取り戻し始めた、と舞台裏の情報も明かされている。次の動画では、デーブ・ロバーツ監督への独占インタビューと大谷翔平の輝きを分析する特別映像をお届けする。ぜひ引き続き、日本語字幕付きの映像をお楽しみいただきたい。
Like us being aggressive in the hitting zone. I thought yesterday the energy from the offense was really good. Certainly Roki threw the baseball well, but just want Tyler to set the tone with his ability and have the offense follow suit. But again, I liked what we did yesterday. I thought we took good at bats, and just kind of up and down the lineup, it just looked much more fluid.
Hey, look, is there something that you sort of saw from the swings or his bats that led to looking more than something?
Well, clearly, I thought he stayed on the ball better, with evidence to riding out the changeup for the triple. I thought his first at bat, lining a ball to right center field, was good as well. So I think he stayed on the ball a little bit better. I still think that there's more in there as far as kind of the balance with the swing, but yesterday was certainly a big step in the right direction.
Well, Don Trump, before we get back inside to the studio, for Shohei, with those 3 extra base hits, is that dad's strength or dad's speed?
Both. And let me tell you something. I thought less was more. He was overswinging. The head was going to the right field. Those base hits, to me, he was squared up and looking in the center of the field. I think that's going to continue today.
All right, John, let's get back inside to you, and let's have Shohei keep it going with the offense, guys.
Yeah, great sign last night. Kirsten and D-Train, we'll see you guys again in just a few minutes. But Shohei had gone 10 days without an extra base hit. Jerry, last night he even admitted wasn't playing that well, but then he has the 2 doubles. He has the triple. Hopefully that is a good sign that he's about to go on one of those patented Shohei tears that we've seen.
Listen, when you have around 700 to 750 plate appearances, you're going to have a stretch of 15, 20 at-bats where it's just not going to be there. He was able to kind of locate the problem. And here's the thing, Dontrell Willis touched on it. Anytime he is square, making sure his front shoulder stays square and his front hip stays square where he's not bailing out, he gives himself such a great opportunity to square up a lot of baseballs. Here, he's fooled a little bit, but because he stays square, he's able to fire his hands and gets a triple out of it. This is my favorite swing on the night. Little lefty on lefty, understanding, you know what, sometimes lefties have a tendency to kind of bail out against a left-handed pitcher. He stayed square and hit a rocket the other way. Outstanding swing and great bat path. We know Shohei Ohtani is not only the best baseball player, really the best athlete in all of sports. You're going to have a hiccup, a week where it's not going to be there. Let's give him a break. He just had a baby, okay? Maybe now he's starting to get in his sleep pattern, because that's real, John. You know this.
Of course.
Sleep pattern is huge.
Especially for him. He likes to sleep 10 hours a night.
Exactly. So
those days
I'm not
are
worried
probably
about. No, yeah, they're gone. But it's a new sleep pattern.
That's right.
He's ready to roll.
All right, so Dodgers ready to roll today. Let's check out the lineup for the series finale with the Pirates facing left-hander Bailey Falter, the pride of Cheeto Hills High School. You've got Shohei and then Mookie at the top. Teo and Freddie flipping spots like they usually do against the left-hander. Tommy Edman gets the start in center field today. Andy Pages moves over to left. Max Muncy will start at third. Kike, coming off that big pinch hit 3-run homer last night, gets the start at second base. And Austin Barnes, Jerry, is catching Tyler Glasnow.
Obviously highlighted is Shohei Ohtani. He had a huge night last night. Been looking at the rest of the lineup. Andy Pages moves up in this lineup, deservedly so. He is swinging a red-hot bat.
Certainly is. More to come, as you saw and heard behind Kirsten and Dontrell. Packed house of young people at today's game. Here's hoping they see a lot of runs and a big Dodgers win in the series finale against the Pirates. Plus, Tyler Glenn.
He did an IV yesterday, just kind of getting his body hydrated. All the work leading up to today is good. So for me and the training staff, there's no concern going into the start, which is a good thing.
Okay, what's the status of Clayton? Where is he?
Clayton, he is going to throw Tuesday. It'll be 5 innings, 5 and 75, something like that. And then as I understand it, if it goes well, then it'll probably go a little shorter on regular Sunday, and then we'll see from there. But he's in a good spot right now.
Dontrell, well, first I should say the fact that Clayton Kershaw's next outing is already up to 5 innings is incredible. So we'll be seeing him back here relatively soon. But before that, we've seen Evan Phillips now return. He has had 4 scoreless appearances since we're coming off the IL. Just how valuable has he been back at the bullpen?
Well, it's everything. This guy's a closer. And 2 years ago, he was the best closer in all of baseball, especially with that nasty slider and that sinker down and into the right-handed batter. And so when you're healthy, you're throwing the baseball with conviction. I just didn't know that he was going to be disconvicted coming off the IL. I saw some of that spin. He threw a couple sliders that landed in the left-handed batter's box. I'm like, man, I'm glad they're not checking that baseball because that's illegal stuff that he's throwing up there. So he's hitting the ground running. There's important pieces like Michael Kopech and other guys that are going to be able to elongate that bullpen. And when they're rocking and rolling, Kirsten, we saw this last year. They're the best bullpen, the bullpen dogs, they like to call them, in all of baseball. When you have multiple guys that can close in high-leverage situations, Dave Robertson can employ anybody. He can put Gratterall in the 5th inning, the 6th inning, Evan Phillips in the 7th, 8th inning. It doesn't matter. Just go out there and win your matchup. And when they have a rhythm down there, man, they're one of the best. So slowly but surely, they're starting to get healthier at the right time.
What does that do, though, just to the mindset of the bullpen, that knowing not only are the dogs there right now, but the high-leverage guys, so many more, just continuing to work their way back?
Get the ball to us. That's what they're saying down there. Bottom line is get the ball to us, man, especially with a lead. It's a wrap, man. But the one thing I love about this bullpen, they are super close. They bounce things off each other. They root for each other. Nobody needs to be the man down there. There's no ego. The bottom line, Kirsten, is about winning and winning championships. And now that they experience that, you heard Doc say, why not win 3? Why not win 4? They're a big part of that. And in high-leverage situations against the upper echelon of the National League, it's important to have guys that have swing and miss. And everybody down there in that bullpen, when they're healthy, has swing and miss.
Yeah, well, when you look at Michael Kopech, he threw a bullpen today. He's likely going to be the first of the bullpen high-leverage arms to come off the IL, but still has some more time with that throwing progression, guys.
Presented by your Southern California helpful Honda dealers. So Ohtani leads off, and then bats and Teoscar Hernandez. Freddie Freeman bats clean up. Tommy Edman in center field. Andy Pages up to the 6th spot. Muncy, Kike Hernandez, and Austin Barnes to round things out for Dave Roberts against 28-year-old native of Chino Hills, former Chino Hills High School Husky, Bailey Falter. Started his career with the Philadelphia Phillies, now in his 3rd season with the Pirates.
He's been getting hit around, especially by left-handed hitters, where the Dodgers have 4 of them in the lineup, including Edman as a switch hitter. Lefties are hitting over 400 against him. So look for the lefties to have a good day.
Speaking of lefties and good days, Shohei Ohtani went into yesterday's game 2 for his last 16 without an extra base hit over the previous 10 days. But he gets 3 hits yesterday, a triple, and 2 doubles. The first show of that dad strength we'd been waiting on. And an 0-1 from Falter. He takes strike 2.
And last night, there was not much swing and miss. The games prior, after having the baby, he didn't have it, but he's a maternity leave. But he is really starting to show that he can barrel it up again. He looked actually a little lost. The facial expressions even coming away from at-bats like, I don't know what I'm doing now, but he found it last night.
And the 0-2 pitch takes a fastball that just misses, and that is what Bailey Falter does. That fastball's always been his best pitch. It's not high velocity, but elite extension. 6'4" and really gets down the mound, releases it right in front of you. It feels like if you're a hitter.
Well, between the two fastballs, the four-seamer and the two-seamer, you're going to almost see 60% of those when you're up there as a hitter. And you're not going to see the big breaking ball, curveball. And I think that's why lefties do so much off of him. The slider gets hit, that's firm. The sinker and the fastball also get hit a little bit.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Ohtani, who's leading this game off for the Dodgers, down 2-0. Ohtani pops it up, and we'll do it again. Well, like the Dodgers starter today in Tyler Glasnow, Bailey Falter left his last start. He left with some lower back tightness. That was against Anaheim on Tuesday. But the start before that, only 2 hits over 7 scoreless innings against the Nationals. And so the overall number's not good, but he's pitched pretty well lately. Crouches into that setup, turns and fires another 1-2, and Ohtani leaves it upstairs. Dodgers saw him twice last year and hit him hard. 9 runs in 8 innings.
Yeah, he's had 4 good starts, and he had a rough one against the Yankees.
2-2, full count.
You're getting your head out of the way, but you put your hands up there where the ball was. This is what you're worried about. Oh.
Here's a payoff, and there's a leadoff walk. So 8 pitches in this battle with Ohtani, which Shohei wins, and he's aboard to start the game. It brings up Mookie Betts. You're talking during the pregame show today, Oral. They got Ohtani going. They've got Pajes going. They're trying to get Mookie Betts going, too. After 3 extra base hits yesterday, a leadoff walk today. Fouled off a few pitches. It was an 8-pitch at bat before he took that free pass. Ball 1.
Shohei's like, I know your misses, you know, you don't want me to extend my arms, but we're getting a little too close. Close to the thighs, and the last at bat, close to the head.
Here comes a 1-0. Ohtani takes a little bit outside. Ball 2. Already 42 pitches thrown by Bailey Falter. Quarter of those have come to Ohtani. Let's go over 2-0. Shohei rips a line drive down the line. Fair ball. Ricochets right to Reynolds. Ohtani to second with another extra base hit. His 4th in the last game plus. And good to see that smile.
This is a very nice swing. He's staying in his legs. A couple of balls inside have kind of given him happy feet, but this one is just very strong. Stayed in his lower half and just turned on that ball. When he does that, there's just so much strength and so much bat speed that he hits it really hard and makes big smiles.
皆さん、ついにあの男が復活を遂げました。現地時間日曜日、ドジャースタジアムで行われたロサンゼルス、ドジャースとピッツバーグ、パイレーツの最終決戦は、まさに大谷翔平劇場となりました。試合前、ロサンゼルスの空には晴れ渡る青空、満員御礼の観客席には熱気が立ち込めました。その中心に君臨するのは、やはり我らが至宝、大谷翔平選手です。思えばここ数日間、大谷選手にしては珍しく、快音が遠ざかっていました。10日間も長打が出ず、本人ですら、調子は良くなかった、と認めるほど、苦悩の時期が続いていました。だが、真の英雄は決してこのままでは終わらない。そして迎えた運命の日曜日、最終決戦の舞台で大谷翔平は再びその驚異的な能力を覚醒させました。第1打席、相手投手タイラー、グラスノーが放った渾身のチェンジアップを見事に捉え、宇宙間を深々と破る鮮やかな二塁打を放ちました。スタンドは一瞬にして熱狂の渦に巻き込まれ、スタジアムが揺れるほどの歓声が沸き起こりました。だが、これはまだ序章に過ぎませんでした。第2打席、再び大谷は集中力を研ぎ澄ませ、グラスノーの直球を完璧なタイミングで捉えると、鋭い弾道がライト方向へ一直線に伸びます。大谷の快足は躊躇なく三塁を奪い取り、 この日2本目となる衝撃の長打、見事な三塁打を完成させました。大谷が塁上で見せた力強いガッツポーズに、誰もが真の大谷翔平が戻ってきたと確信しました。さらには3度目の打席でも、止まらない大谷は左中間を深々と破る二塁打を追加。この日だけで二塁打2本、三塁打1本という驚異の猛打賞を披露し、観客の熱気を最高潮にまで引き上げました。パイレーツのエース投手ミッチ・ケラーは大谷の圧倒的な存在感の前に、戦意喪失したかのように途中交代を余儀なくされました。試合後、専門家たちは口を揃えて、これぞ大谷翔平の真骨頂、彼ほどのスーパースターは他に存在しない、と激笑。ドジャース監督のロバーツ氏も、翔平は完全に復調した。彼が調子を取り戻せば、我々は誰にも止められない、と自信に満ち溢れた表情で語りました。今回の活躍を目の当たりにして、我々ファンが思い出したのは、歴史を創造する男、大谷翔平の真実です。彼はどれほどの逆境でも常に前を向き、限界を軽々と飛び越えていく。父親となり新しい生活リズムの調整を迫られる中でも、自身を奮い立たせ、超人的な集中力と爆発力で復活を遂げたのです。まさに伝説の再来。いや、伝説を超えた瞬間と言っても過言ではありません。今後さらに加速していく翔平劇場は、我々を一体どこまで楽しませてくれるのでしょうか。ファンの皆様、この奇跡のような活躍を見逃さないためにも、次の試合、そしてこれから配信される動画にもぜひご注目ください。さあ、大谷翔平と共に新たな伝説を目撃しましょう。